Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Small. I'm here in studio with Rick Travis, who it's always a pleasure of having on. We've got a little bit of national news for you today, which of course is the day that I'm sure all of us were expecting, but a lot of us are going to still act surprised and appalled that it's here. That national news is that Joe Biden is unveiling the long-awaited package of executive actions to curb gun violence at the White House. And this is actually an article that we've got from Trending Politics. So Biden will direct the administration to begin the process of requiring buyers of so-called ghost guns, which is one of our favorite things, homemade or makeshift firearms that lack serial numbers, to undergo background checks, according to 3 people who have spoken with the White House on this plan. So, Rick, a threat that we've probably seen countless times in California, now we're getting at the national level. Is this the straw that is going to break the camel's back nationally?
I certainly hope so. I mean, we have been telling people for years that you need to realize what's happening in California is coming to a neighborhood near you. Many of our former brothers and sisters in the state have moved to your neighborhoods. And unfortunately, some of those people who weren't so close to us on the Second Amendment have also moved to those neighborhoods. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of the country turn more purple than staying red on this particular subject matter, Kevin. And I think, that term ghost gun is something that we really have to start looking at, because we know here in California, the former chief of the DOJ, Chief Lindsay, he is a guy that we fought for years here, as you know, Kevin. You were involved in that fight, as well as our lobbyist, Roy Griffith. And, look who he works for now. Oh, surprise, the Brady Group. And so you can see that this fight is just metastasizing, to use that term, nationwide.
Yeah, and it's not just ghost guns. I mean, this is another word that they've gotten from California legislation, but as a part of these executive orders, we're also seeing crackdowns on assault-style weapons. So again, California has tried to do their due diligence in actually defining what this is. How are they going to define it on the national level, and how is this going to affect assault-style weapons, which we would say isn't actually a thing?
Well, and let's take a good hard look at that. An assault weapon, to many people in the firearms industry, has classically been those firearms that were capable of fully automatic fire. 99.99999% of the semi-automatic firearms are not fully automatic and never have been. And the problem was when they start to say that a semi-automatic firearm is an assault-style weapon, you're talking about firearms that Boy Scouts use at camps. Those are not assault weapons. And part of this, too, Kevin, is the gross misinformation that is going on nationwide. Part of what we have is a media that is looking for anything they can to support a literal gun grab nationwide.
Yeah, and I think the overall thing that we need to look at here is that the veil is gone, right? The rhetoric for the longest times is that, no, we're not coming for your guns. We just want to make things safer. Safer, safer, safer. Everything is about being safe. Here it comes, though. Here's the grab. They're about to tell you that property that you have, which should be protected under the Constitution, is no longer going to be legal. This is going to be a huge problem, and while we might expect a lot of pushback nationally, we need to lead the charge here in California.
And not just in California, but we need our brothers and sisters in our states to realize 2 very important facts. Fact number 1, as Kevin and I are both telling you, they are coming for your firearms. There is no middle ground. You're either trying to save the Second Amendment, or you've already caved into the socialist agenda. The second part of this is you have to realize they are not going to quit until we win this once and for all. And that means your voice has to be heard, not just at the ballot box, but inside your local legislators, from your city councils all the way up.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we have to be educated. If we're going to push back effectively, the way that we can do that is by voting in the right people. And we can't vote in the right people if we and the people within our networks are educated on this matter and make it a priority. So ultimately, again, this is why CRPA is here. We are here to provide the education necessary in order to push back on legislation, or in this case, executive orders, so that people around us can understand what's actually going to be happening to them.
And we need your help. And how we need that help normally You'll hear me ask you to donate money or to join CRPA, but we need something else from you specifically. We need you during this crisis to start watching your mail, looking at your utility bills and those little sheets of paper that city councils love to put in surprise notices of meetings. And we need you to report that back to us so we can rally the people to be at those meetings to defend your rights. Because this is going to be, until at least 2022, a drag out, knuckle down fight to be able to protect your rights. And you have to be in it.
And as always, guys, we want to thank you for being with us here today. Make sure and leave a like, subscribe to us. This is how we're going to get this message out to as many people as possible. So I want to thank you again, Rick.
And as always, be safe, shoot straight, and fight back for your rights.